All right, everybody. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Pilgrim Radio, I see you're in here. Frugal Farmer, I know you're driving, so you be safe, man. Limited responses, but that's all right. So how's everybody doing? I don't mind telling you guys, it is hot, 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 and like even terrible hot here in Southeast Virginia. And it's literally all you can do just to kind of hang out for a couple hours, and you got to go in because it's got a lot of stuff I want to do, and but it's 98 degrees with a heat index about 108. It just won't let you do much out there for long. But uh, we're getting through it. It's been a kind of a weird summer here. It'll get hot and it'll kind of get wet, then get hot again and get wet again. And last we had that tropical storm. I don't even know what the name of it was now, but ended up not being too big of a deal here. Blew some trees down and little minor things, and some people had loss of power, but not bad, not bad. Um, Currently working on an axe, kind of taking old cheap $8 Northern Tool axe or hatchet, I should say, and kind of roughing it up, make it kind of look like a Viking type thing. Um, we'll see how it turns out. I've never quite done anything with something quite like this before, but should be interesting. Um, it looks like it's gonna be a while before we actually get out and do some camping because I don't know about y'all. It's 98 degrees. Trying to lay in a tent's not a whole lot of fun, and there's not a whole lot you can do to keep all these mosquitoes and bugs and everything, even with bug netting, and it's just kind of miserable and stuff. Pilgrim Radio, I watched some of your program last night. You guys are pretty good, man. Really, really, really good, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And kind of left the computer running, just let y'all play some music and stuff, and it was really, really good. And eventually, the weather will turn to a more cooler environment, and I tell you, I don't mind. I can't wait. For those of you that saw the video on the worm rattler, here it is. There it is in real life. If you go to Donnie Law's Tennessee Outdoors, East Tennessee Outdoors, you will see how to make these things. And yes, you stick this pointy thing in the ground and do that, and the worms jump out. No kidding. It's on video. I did it several times, and it really, really did work. It's unbelievable. I don't know if you didn't see it. It's actually hard to believe. But so, how's everybody doing? Great. Yeah, that's good. Simple preparedness. I see you're here. I'm doing good. Doing good. How are you doing? How's the weather? Hot there too. I'll tell you what, man. It's the older I get, and nobody calls me young, man. I'll be 61 in November, but the older I get, the more I kind of like that cold weather, that crispness. So it's this hot air, man. It just kind of makes it where you don't feel like being out there like you're dragging a boat anchor behind you. So is anybody working on any big projects? How's everything going? Kind of just waiting till the temperatures cool out, and this is the time of the year here in Southeast Virginia that we start getting those tropical storms and hurricanes. So we kind of always keep an eye out toward the ocean, and whatnot. So far, there's nothing really going on. We had that little tropical thing the other week, and wasn't that bad. So, Life with Lindsay, I see you're here. We had a rabbit die from the heat. Oh no, that's terrible. That's how's it gotten? And Horsky OFW vlog, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Watching from Riyadh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Simple preparedness. Just finished a new get home bag. Trying something out for the ordinary. Cold. That's something I really don't ever think about. But I guess you're right. I mean, the worst thing could happen anytime. You just really can't know. And so, how hot is it there, Lindsay? Is it really, really bad? Have y'all had a lot of fires still? Or today was about 95 air, and the humidity was about, I don't know, 91, 92%. So I guess a heat index of about It's about 104, 105, and I was outside, I don't know, for 3 or 4 hours, and I polished off a good bit of water. Spear Outdoors, how's it going? I'm doing good, man. How are you? We're just talking about the weather. How's it in your location? Hot? Yeah, I imagine it is. It's about the only thing really is different between most places is the amount of humidity, and whatnot. Countryside Russell, how you doing? Oh, Lindsay, you got even hotter than me. I thought probably the only thing difference was our humidity, and it was so smoky it looks overcast. Here it's just the humidity. It's so thick it kind of gives that look of smoke, and it's just shout out to my family in the Philippines. I'm being thank you, my friend. Yeah, great. Shout out, and yeah, by all means, y'all introduce you to each other, and if you're haven't subscribed and everything, please do so. Hey, Tramp in the Hills, amazing temps, lovely over here in England. I bet it is. Every video I see over there, it's like, man, look at that. Is it real? Yeah. I see a lot of videos. You guys are still wearing jackets and everything, and here we can't take off enough stuff. If we took off what we really wanted to, we'd probably get arrested. But it's I mean, it hadn't been really hotter than normal. It's been normal here, but this is for Southeast Virginia on the East Coast of the USA. It just gets hot, and it stays hot, all the way until about the first part of October. Frugal Farmer back in the house. It's hot in NC. Yep, I would imagine so. Since there's not a whole lot between me and NC border except for trees and water. Countryside Russell, hello, all you beautiful people. Yep. Like I said, introduced to each other. Click on the links, get a piece of paper beside you, your phone, whatever like that, and hit subscribe. Certainly a way to, get that subscriber count up and everything. And anybody else that wants to give a shout out for some type of live feed that they've got coming on, feel free to do so. And so we have a Facebook page, Dave Collier Camping. Everybody's welcome to come on it. And it's whatever you got going on, camping, fishing, hiking, farming, shooting at the range, hobbies, carving, woodworking, cooking, grilling, whatever you got going on. Heroic Prepper, hey buddy, all right, doing good, man. Yeah, okay, good to see all of y'all. And so we got a pretty good spread of people from all over the country. Heroic Prepper, cheers to you, man. Absolutely. So pretty good turnout so far. I'm really glad that you could all come in and join. I see we got 10 or 11 people in here, and a couple people. Not much on talking. They always say they don't want to talk live time, but I don't know. Heidi, how are you? Kind old gentleman, how are you? Hello from Kentucky. Heidi, you're from what? Washington State, I believe, or I think so. Lindsay, I know you're from Washington, right? Yep. Frugal Farmer, North Carolina. Just watched a video from South Africa. Oh boy, yeah, I can only imagine. Tell you what, the western part of the U.S. is starting to look kind of like a desert. You see those pictures of Lake Mead and all that. It's unbelievable. Things are starting to appear. The water's so low in some of these places that you're starting to see little towns and stuff that's been buried under the water for decades, and now it's open. Heidi says, "Yep, doing great. Yes, Vancouver, Washington. I thought I remembered that. Yep, and that's good. So, how was your weather today? I would imagine it was hot. I see Lindsay up there said it was 99, and she's Washington State. Cool. Yeah. So, what's everybody got going on their channels and anything? Good shout outs or anything? And Heroic Prepper said I'll be putting up a video soon. Yes, people are discovering new villages and articles since the water is so low. Yeah, you're right. I mean, did you see that story about Lake Mead? It hadn't been that low in, I don't think, ever in any of our modern lifetime things. And I think it had a whole village or a whole town that was in there. They found buildings and old wagons and everything that have been in there for decades. Because that area was built up like that for back in the 30s, 1920s, 1930s. So it's been 100 years. The Bradleys on the Catbird Hill. How are you doing? I am doing good. Yeah, just wanted to pop up and say hi and thanks for subscribing to the channel. Looking forward to more of your great videos. Likewise, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many videos being cranked out. I need to hire somebody to help me read everything, but I'm sure that's with everybody. And hi, then. Currently 75, and we'll get up to about 76. Someone in the States found a whole Viking village since the water dropped. It's, well, I don't know what to say. It's just unbelievable. I've been seeing stories and stuff that, like I said, the water is unbelievably low. Now, back here east of the Mississippi River, out here and heading toward the Atlantic Ocean, it's rain. I mean, it's just hot, and then it rains every third or fourth day, and it just it's typical. A lot of people refer to this part of the country as the jungles, the swamps, and it really is. I see my wife is saying hello. It's Heroic Prep 100 here in New Jersey. Oh my goodness. Joplin Holly, hi. Yeah, yeah. Y'all make sure introduce to each other. Absolutely. It's certainly one of the reasons why I did it. It's I'm really relatively new to this live stream stuff. I never really gave any thought to sitting there talking into a computer screen and not. And, just recently bought one of those brand new Apple iMacs, and this is cool. I like this. This is really neat. I've never had a computer this quite advanced, but it's doing good. And Tramping the Hill, you are so welcome to have some of our rain. And where do you live? We're right here in the southeast part of Virginia, right up against Norfolk. Rock of Ages, USA. Hello from Kentucky. Hello from Southeast Virginia. I would imagine Kentucky's quite warm too. Frugal Farmer says, I am driving and listening, not being unfriendly. Totally understand, brother. You need to be safe, man. Tramping the Hills of England. Okay. How's the weather there? Cool. Yep. Damp. Chilly. Yeah. Beautiful country. Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful country. Let's beer out there. I'm done with work and relaxing with a beer and a pulse shot. Yeah, good. Yeah, I got one of these weird work schedules. I go to work real early in the morning, get off at 11 a.m. And then the rest of the day I get to do my little videos and whatever else I want to do. And Rock of Ages have been pretty wet here lately. The kind old gentleman in Kentucky has had a mostly cool summer. Wow, okay. And y'all aren't that too far from me, about 400 miles across the Commonwealth of Virginia and into your area. And you in the mountains? Yeah. Good. Y'all definitely get to know each other. Certainly, I'm glad to see this big turnout, 12 people. That's pretty good. Anybody got big plans coming for this weekend? Me, well, it depends on the weather. It looks like it's going to still stay somewhere between 90 and 100. Of course, like I say, this time of the year on the Atlantic coast here, we kind of keep an eye to the ocean because it's eventually going to be, we're going to get one of those big storms, and we'll have to kind of get everything all hunkered down and everything. And yeah, somebody was asking about the pie iron. Here is the pie iron. It is put out by Coughlin. I bought it at a local Walmart here in Newport News, Virginia, or was it Hampton, Virginia? I'm not sure. One of the Walmarts here. I love it. It's done some pretty basic things, and what's so unusual about it is many things I think about trying to cook in it. My wife was like, "No, let's try this," So next time around. Yeah, Lindsay says we all get COVID, so we're all just lying around. You got COVID? Oh my gosh, you guys gonna be okay? Wow, y'all remember the life of Lindsay in prayers because they all got COVID, so we're all just laying around. Keep her in prayers, and the whole family, Lindsay, everybody. Wow. Yeah, I got I guess the second COVID shot way back in February, and knock on wood, I haven't had anything more than an occasional sniffles. We are hanging in there. Absolutely. Jonathan Holly, yep, prayers, absolutely. Yes, all of us. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess guys need to take care, man. Hopefully it doesn't hit y'all too hard, and you'll be through with this and whatnot. And um, it certainly has taken a few casualties of people that I know. Mostly the older people that had health conditions were the ones that really got hit hard and succumbed to it. However, there have been a number of young people that have gotten it. I don't fault anybody for not taking the vaccine. It's, six one way, half dozen other. If you feel like you want to, you know, please do it. But certainly remember Lindsay and her whole family in prayers. And anyone on TikTok, Spirit Outdoors. I'm not, but you may find a crowd in here. Countryside Russell says prayers, like Lindsay. And my wife told Lindsay, my wife said prayers for you. Hope you get well. And yeah, how long have you been sick, Lindsay? Is it that it just came on to you all of a sudden, or did it feel like the normal flu? Or wow, yeah. I mean, you well enough to get all your stuff around the house done, or you're just kind of chilling? And Sunday, okay. This is coming up on Wednesday night. Okay, wow. Yeah, things aren't quite back to normal quite here yet. I mean, there's still people, come testing positive and getting sick, but um, our governor has recently dropped most of the mask requirements and everything. And yes, it feels like the flu, fevers, and body aches. Okay, uh, okay. How long does it last? Like a week or something, or Spirit Outdoors? Okay. Countryside Russell, kind old gentleman. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Okay. Countryside Russell, I love your channel, man. It's outstanding. For those of you that have not watched Pilgrim Radio, these guys are really good musicians. Y'all need to really check them out. Um, just hit them, give them a subscribe, and give them a watch. It's really, really great. Um, Another person I like to watch all the time is Unpaved Explorer. I don't see him in here tonight, but he'll eventually pop through, and if not, he'll pop through as this video is finished and posted. Right. And somebody asked the question the other day. Let me reach for this thing. When we're in the hot tents running the stoves, yes, we use carbon monoxide detectors. We do not want to succumb to the silent killer, because it will take you out of here. Yeah. We haven't had it's been so hard to get camping gear. You go to Walmart, Bass Pro, the places pick through. And if you try to buy ammunition, I've been trying to find 209 shotgun primer blank shot shells for these perimeter alarms, and you can't find it anywhere. I mean, go to Bass Pro, Walmart, any of the gun stores, and you might see some 45 ACP ammo, but not a whole lot. Grandma Prepper, you're not late. Anytime that you can spend with us is welcome. Yeah. So how is it, Grandma? You're in Washington State too, right? If I remember correctly. Hot there. Mm-hmm. We were just. It is battery, Lindsay. Just regular old. I think it's a 9-volt battery. But it's certainly worth the investment. It gives you kind of peace of mind, because a lot of people, there are the school train of thought that when you get ready to go to sleep, you're caught, you sleep back, whatever, to let the fire die out. Me personally, now I want the fire, but that carbon detector is worth it. Absolutely. So, when y'all wake up in the morning, if you wake up in the morning, it's not a big thing. Skid War, how you doing, man? I'm doing great. Doing great. Janet Bruce, how are you? Almost missed. That's okay. Yeah, I'll be back eventually, and if not, you'll see me out there with my pie iron, or I'll be looking at some of your videos and having a good time. Cameron, I'm doing good. How are you? And where are you from, Cameron? Got good kissing my grandma. Oh my goodness. All right. So I tell you one thing. It has taken me a couple weeks to figure this out, but notice one thing. I am not using this phone tonight. The sidebar, uh, YouTube sidebar here on the live feed, it is working. And I'm really happy about that because we definitely fought, you know, with trying to figure out why this thing wouldn't work. Well, it's working now, and I'd still like to get it where it's kind of scrolling up on the screen a little bit. It kind of makes where you don't really have to, cock your head. But I think we all realize that this is not television broadcast journalism. This is just us having fun. Grandma Prepper, thank you. I couldn't slide that box or anything. Oh wow, yeah. Did you get the grill put together? I watched that video where it was really heavy, and I forget what happened. I remember. I think it was your son, Jane Bruce. Bruce whacked his back out, and I'm doing okay. Oh my goodness! All right, remember Jane and Bruce and Adams in your prayers. I know Lindsay his whole family's got COVID, and Bruce has got some back whacked out. Yes, my son put it together. Outstanding. Dicking around outdoors. First time watching and looking forward to watch. Yeah, me too. I'm glad to have you here. All right, guys. We now have 11 people in the house, and that's really good. It's good to see everybody. So who's got a live feed coming up next? Yeah, post it here. That way I'll know. So I can spend some time with your site. Finally get back outside. I'm gonna work on that hatchet project and get that going. But it's just it's 98 degrees outside. It's about 104 in the shed, and it's just no motion at all. So just yeah. All right, guys. All right. So, anybody got some trips planned anytime in the near future? I know everything's slowly opening back up. I'm not sure about how the national borders are, but maybe eventually here in the next little bit. Right? Yeah. It's 86 today, and no rain. Where are you at, Jan? Uh-huh. Yeah. Um, I was going to cut the grass today, but I decided not to do that. I don't have live streams if it can help it. Okay. Uh, Ohio. Okay. Yeah, Lindsay, I think we do have a few in here. Unfortunately, we can't stop them all, but I clicked one of them out just a minute ago, and we won't see him anymore. Talk about some odd stuff. You try to be, open and whatnot to people, but yeah. All right. All right, guys. Remember the community guidelines. Be nice. We're here to talk about camping and all that kind of stuff. Taking around outdoors, doing okay. Colorado, Nevada, California, Oregon, Idaho in a month. Great, outstanding. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's my old shirt here, Skidmore. I take this thing outside all the time. I like these really lightweight shirts, and especially when it gets like it gets. Woo, and Grand Canyon, Yosemite, and points between. Okay, outstanding. Yeah, Cameron, you got clicked out because nobody wants to hear that crazy stuff, man. You're here to talk about camping and whatnot. And there's people in here that uh, don't really enjoy listening to that kind of weird mess. So we're going to talk about pleasant things and whatnot. Mhm. Yeah, I'm hoping that in the next little bit, I think we're going to try some more pie iron cooking, and I'm hoping that we can get a day where I can set up that winter camping tents and let them air out. I don't like keeping them sealed up in these hot buildings and sheds, whatnot, for very long. Okay, I see we have another one. All right, and let's get more. You're bumped out too. So, and I hate to have to set the settings to subscribers only because I mean you got some decent people out there. And Lindsay says we are very close to the Canada border. Once it reopens, we would love to go visit there. I love Canada. I was there. It's been some years now, but we went up Goose Bay when I was an active duty military, and a beautiful country. Dave, I need to drop you a link to where you can drop a link to where to buy those pie irons, please. I will research that, Grandma, but I bought this one from a Walmart here in York County, Virginia, I believe. And the maker of the thing is, see here, Coughlin's. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but I will send you a message with all the information. Digging around outdoors, my primary winter tent is a Lux Twin Peak, one of those big monsters, like 16 feet long, 8 feet wide, got the stove jack all set up, and relatively, I can stand up in it, and I'm not very tall, so big guys, I guess you might have an issue, but it's really long, really wide at the base, and I have one of those Wild West titanium stoves that goes in there with the big chimney and everything. Jane Bruce says, I always give a warning that I have to take you out. You don't get it back. Yeah. I mean, they're not hard to put up. You can put it up, 20 minutes, but it's got a lot of guy wires to help, keep it taut, Grandma says, thank you so much. Yes, ma'am. I will, like I said, Walmart here in Yorktown, Virginia. That was where I got this one. And it was about the only, Walmart used to be like, you can find anything anywhere. Then same with Bass Pro. We went in there the other day. I had a $50 gift card. Oh, I was excited, man. We were going up into the camping section and whatnot. Nothing. I mean, that place, every shelf was literally picked through, and there were signs hung up, but due to COVID restrictions and import problems and whatnot, currently not in stock. And it was the same way for ammunition at Bass Pro. Some of the other gun shops I've inquired about, Yeah, old school. Yeah, I kind of like that style of camping, and I don't know what turned me on to it. I think it's watching these videos of these guys getting out in these snowstorms and stuff like that, and doing their thing in their tent. Of course, where I live at, you might get a snow. We guess maybe once every 3, 4, 5 years, you might get a snow that's worthy of mentioning. And even then, I know some of you folks out west, Washington State, whatever, you'd laugh at me when I'd say, "Oh yeah, we got 8 inches," and they'd say, "Yeah, here, hold my beer, go get this." But take what we can get. It's our hope. Here in about 14 months, I'll retire next November 22, and to move out of these big cities and everything, move out to a more rural area. I would love to move out west, like, Wyoming or something like that. We'll see how that goes, but certainly we definitely want to get out of this city. It's just this is not a whole lot to do, and to really get into your camping and hiking and stuff, you got to go into mainland Virginia. We're out here on the peninsula, and if you look on your handy maps and you locate Norfolk, Virginia, we're just to the north of that. Newport News, right near Newport News, the shipbuilding in Hampton. Jane Bruce says, I think Dick's and Walmart's have pie irons. They have square ones and round ones. Yeah, I've seen the round ones. Other people have had them, but I can't find them. And then I've seen where they have like you can do two pies at one time. And I think my wife's wanting to try a kind of a version on kind of that shepherd's pie again. You know, she wants to use kind of like the more potatoes and less bread or pie crust fillings. Lindsay says, out west, there's a lot of big country to explore. Yes, ma'am. And that is exactly the calling that I have in my head, in my heart. I've been here in these big cities here in the East for so long, and it's just, it doesn't match who I am, what I am. I love to be out and about. And, you know, when I was a kid here, the population was only a quarter of what it is now. And here, the Norfolk, Virginia, Newport News area, they call the collective area Hampton Roads. And the population is right near 2 million now. So if you erased all these little borders with counties and these smaller cities and created one big city, I mean, you're talking about something on par, you know, with a lot of big towns. So, dicking around outdoors, lived in Minnesota a while ago, first time, 31 inches of snow, 31. Woo! I was stationed in Camp Ripley, Minnesota, St. Cloud area, and we did cold weather training when I was active duty Marine Corps in the north part of Minnesota, up along the Quetico on the Canadian border. Loved it. Yeah. You can ask my wife. I talk about Minnesota all the time, Wyoming, Idaho. I talk about the Appalachian area of Virginia and North Carolina. But Rome makes good pie irons, and U.S. made one for the Pennsylvania. Okay, all right. My wife says, West, young man. Okay, love to. And I know I think she was born in California. She's kind of a California girl, and I'm not sure whether we're going to go all the way to California. I think we'd like to stop a little short of there, but I know California's got some beautiful terrain. Okay, canoed there many times. Lindsay says, I am from Idaho. It's great as well. Okay. Yeah, I saw that video on your property. That's incredible. 17 acres, right? Yeah. I can just imagine waking up every morning, your eyes on your family, like, oh, what are we going to do today? You know, so yeah. I mean, this is you'd have to really try hard to see the same tree twice, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, we've been talking about Wyoming for a good while, and you know, I don't know why Wyoming. I just watched a lot of videos on it and stuff like that, and it seems like a nice place up there around like Pinedale, Wyoming, Wind River Range. I've watched a lot of videos and stuff on Idaho and whatnot. Minnesota, the very north of Minnesota, even kind of like Maine and New Hampshire and all that kind of stuff. But this heat down here in the Southland, it kicks up about April and stays all the way to October. And then the other part of it is we've got just so many people. What's left of the open spaces have just literally just disappeared. My nephew lives in Moscow. Okay. Dicking around outdoors, asking Lindsay where she lives. And I want to check out Sandpoint as I retired in January. Oh, okay. Outstanding. Lindsay says Wyoming is very windy. Yeah. The area that I was looking at it's called the Wind River Range, Pinedale, Wyoming. So yeah, I'm looking around. Maine and northern Minnesota, very similar. A lot of trees. Yeah. we were up there at St. Cloud, Minnesota, and the Mississippi River was up there, and it was probably, I don't know, much more than a foot wide. We're down south here, it's a mile wide, and you get all the way to New Orleans, and it's one big marshy delta. And Lindsay said, right now I'm in Eastern Washington. You will love Sandpoint. It's awesome. Okay. Y'all are making me want to go out there. So I have to find myself some territory out there. Enough turf to go out the back door and walk up the side of a hill and whatnot, and set the tent up. And yeah, Jay and Bruce, you don't like winter in the north? Yeah, I guess that's probably where we're a little different. To me, it's just this heat here. It's a killer. I mean, and not along the heat, the humidity. And you come home and it's just like you've got all these high ambitions, high plans. Hey, I'm gonna do this, and then you go outside for a couple of hours, and it's almost impossible. Grandma says I hit a bad spot for reception, so I'm going to be lagging behind in the video. That's okay, Grandma. You take care of yourself. Yep, be safe. If you're driving, the Frugal Farmer said he was driving, limited responses, but we know he's around. And like I said, I certainly appreciate every one of you coming by and spending the time with me tonight. And if you've got live feeds coming up or whatnot, short videos too, just let me know, live feeds. I'd be more than happy to come over and spend some time with you so we can help you get some, click counts and time. Load the rig and meet us in September. Okay. Yeah. Outstanding. Okay. Yeah, here in the western part of Virginia, usually by September along the mountains, Tennessee and all that kind of stuff, North Carolina, it starts getting cold. And by October, Heidi says, what time is it where you are, Dave? It is currently 6:37 p.m. here on the U.S. East Coast. Yeah. January, I put out videos every day at 6:45. That's kind of interesting. A lot of times it seems like people that I have subscribed to, I don't hear from them for a while. Then I look and it's like, it's showing that we're not subscribed. And I know we were, because for the longest time we would all be trading videos back and forth. Then all of a sudden they disappear. And some people have said that, YouTube does funny things, takes some comments off. I don't know that to be the truth, but here in Washington is 3:37. Okay, so we're roughly 3 hours behind. Okay. Madeline, how are you? And where are you from? Nice to see you. We're out here talking about the wide open spaces of the American West, and getting out of these big cities and stuff like that, and finding things to do in the countryside. It's been really, really awful hot here. It is Comrade Utah. Okay. Philippines. Oh, okay. I would imagine it's quite warm there too. Yeah, I've got quite a number of subscribers out of the Philippines. A lot of people interested in camping and all this kind of survival type stuff. And Heidi says, we're thinking about moving to Tennessee or South Dakota. You know what, Heidi? I've been looking a lot of South Dakota, and I've seen their governor, Kristi Noem, come on and say, hey, everybody's welcome. Come on. We've got plenty of jobs, plenty of land, plenty of countryside for you to kind of just, Dave, Comrade, YouTube. Oh, okay. But any particular place in South Dakota or just South Dakota? Tennessee is a lovely state. The fella that made the old worm rattler here, Donnie West, he has a really great site, and he lives in Tennessee. East Tennessee Outdoors, and you can see how he made these things. But yeah, I like Tennessee. South Dakota's politics. Yeah, Christie's a very interesting governor. Yeah, yeah, I agree. And anytime somebody says, "Hey, we're wide open, come on," and we got the land, uh, just something about being independent. Not having to, having to deal with a bunch of junk. It's very appealing to me, and that's I've called the East Coast home for pretty much all of my life, and other than when we were in the military, and used to be a nice place to live, but anymore it's just it's too many people, too much drama. Digging around outdoor, Western South Dakota is nice. Rest is Great Plains. Okay. Yeah, I seen a video the other day from South Dakota. It was some type of old nuclear bunkers or something, fallout shelter or something that they're converting to homes and stuff, and very interesting. I'm not sure I'd go quite that far, living in a concrete fallout shelter, but you know, I want some trees. Definitely like some a roll to the land and some hills, maybe even some mountains. And I'd rather have majority of the year be cool to cold than unbelievably hot. Oh, Heidi, you watched that one too? Yeah, that was very unusual. I mean, it's not something beyond I'd say I would not do. Uh, Digging around at Sturgis motorcycle rally. Yeah, yeah. Y'all ever watch that YouTube channel RV or TV with Russ? Yeah, I mean he goes all over the place too. So, and my wife's saying more snow, more cold. Yeah, I definitely would. Like I said, it's just it's I'm kind of backwards, I guess. A lot you hear a lot of the older folks say that when they retire, they want to head south to Florida, and whatnot, and the warmer places. Here I am. The older I get, the more I'm really looking forward to heading north to the cooler places, to the mountain regions and stuff. We watch Nomadic Fanatic RVer channel. Okay, so Madeline, how far away am I from what? South Dakota? I guess we're probably about 1,900 miles. Washington State? Oh, goodness. What, 2,500 miles, Lindsay? Something like that. But yeah, RV or TV, he went to that Sturgis motorcycle rally. I think he does it every year. And he went all through Arizona, California, Nevada, and I think he came through Washington State, and everything. Grandma says, I have arrived at my destination. I knew you would. Absolutely. I'm glad to hear it. Everybody's safe and sound. Jan Bruce said, we visited the early warning system, National Park in South Dakota. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I actually saw a commercial. I think it was on YouTube. It had to have been because I don't really watch that much TV, where their governor came on and said, South Dakota is open for business. Come here, come now. We got land, we got jobs. More than 100 and some thousand people from other places came to South Dakota to call it home. And I said, well, Governor Christie, I would certainly consider South Dakota. Absolutely. And Grandma says we got too hot here in Washington State, 86 degrees. Yeah, it's like about 95 here, Grandma, and the humidity is about the same. It's really unpleasant. And the weather guy comes on the TV a little while ago and says, well, we're not above normal, we're about average. I'm like, geez, she's been here so long that even normal feels horrible. So you get outside and you feel like you got a boat anchor tied around you. I've been meaning to get out and cut the grass the last 3 or 4 days, but sometimes you just need to admit to yourself that you're not quite as young as you used to be. And I really don't feel like being out there in that stuff. But I guess tomorrow, it looks like for the next foreseeable future, they're talking about, somewhere between 90 and 100 with a very small chance of isolated storms. So I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and head on out. Grandma's, ouch, it's too dry here. It should be super wet. Well, it's wet here, Grandma. We about once every 3 or 4 days we get these big old, storms and rains and everything like that, and that's part of the problem. The Atlantic Ocean is 6 miles from here. The Chesapeake Bay is just a couple. We're totally surrounded by big, big water by three sides. We live on a peninsula, so the humidity is always going to be something. And usually, once you get to about May here in this part of Virginia, the wind shift around to the southwest, and it comes out of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and then up through the Carolinas. And my thermostat says 76. I think mine says we're about 71, give or take a little bit. Grandma says I'm just north of you, maybe 12 miles from Vancouver. Wow, look at there. We've got YouTube friends that have discovered they're only about 12 miles apart. All right, Madeline, take care. Be safe. Yeah, I would imagine if we keep doing this, eventually we'll probably find the person we're talking to is probably in 3 streets from us. But right now, I know we got like people from England and Washington State and all over the place. And Grandma says 77 degrees. I was looking at the thermostat in direct sunlight. Okay. Well, I was talking about here inside, it's 71. Outside, it's, I guess it's still about 90, 91. It is 6:46 p.m. here on the East Coast. So the sun is in the down angle now. It'll be dark here in about 1 hour, hour and a half. And Madeline, you're welcome. Thank you. Drop by again anytime. Watch the videos, whatnot. Grandma says she's in Ridgefield. Okay. So everybody in Washington State, I think there's at least 3 of you in here that is from Washington State. Right? Okay. So how's everything going now? Everybody doing good? I have been called to dinner. Well, you don't want to miss that. Okay. Absolutely. I will catch you on the next little flip flop. Heidi says, yep, Hazel Dell here. Okay. So all y'all must be right close together. Yep, the 3 of us. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Grandma, I didn't know whether you were here. Lindsay and her whole family have come down with COVID, so kind of remember them in prayers and whatnot. And that's the other one of the 3 that live in Washington State. I just love Hazel Avenue. Y'all probably passed each other and didn't even know it. My goodness. So Heidi, you 2 probably just passed, didn't really realize it, huh? Okay, Madeline, you take care. I will see you later. See you in the next videos or whatnot. I will keep in contact with your videos. Thank you for coming and dropping by. So, been a pretty good turnout. At one point in time, we had 12, and yeah, Grandma, it's great that you can remember them. Absolutely. Be so glad when this COVID stuff is gone. But now they're talking about Delta variants and all this kind of other stuff, and having to get booster shots and whatnot. But craziest thing I think we've ever heard. I mean, it's all of a sudden last year, about February, March, it just kind of sprung out of nowhere. Well, Heidi, I'm glad you came in here too. Absolutely. Yeah, well, Grandma, these trolls, you know how they are. You even get them on regular videos. They'll make comments. and put those little URL links and stuff like that. And so that's okay. I'd rather have a handful of good friends than a whole bunch of, odd ones. And, and for the most part, we're talking about, camping, fishing, hiking, traveling, where we want to move to and stuff. And I'm certainly sure most everybody doesn't want to hear all this weird stuff. Yeah. Well, I think we all have people, trolls and stuff like that. And they just look forward to causing all sorts of problems and trying to get, stuff started. But that's okay. We took care of that. And we clicked them right on out of here. Dicking around outdoors, representing Chicago. I can imagine it's probably hot in Chicago too, isn't it? It's probably just as miserable there as it is here on these big East Coast cities. Maybe more. Yeah, my wife says no place for trolls. They just want to stir the pot, and personally, I think they should have to lick the spoon. Well, yeah, that's all right. Oh, Grandma, you're too sweet. It's always fun. Yeah, I try to be fun. Yeah. Yeah, Heidi, we get that too. We get thumbs downs, and but um, it is what it is, and but you know what? I kind of think that sometimes when somebody hits that thumbs down thing, it probably helps you more than they realize because it kind of keeps your feed alive. I mean, we'd all love to see thumbs up, and we know who's doing that. Oh, the Chicago Cubs won their game. Outstanding. Yeah. So, well, Coling, you probably, I don't know whether you watched some of Lindsay's videos. I was watching them the other day. She one throwing the axe, or the hatchet, I should say, and the 17 acres of land. I would agree. There are more good people than there are bad people, and I think a lot of us are all just looking for good fun and enjoying ourselves, whatever our fun thing is to do, hunting, camp, and whatnot. And yeah, we try to make. I try to make fun videos, and I'm kind of happy to see that my wife kind of, when I talk about pie irons and stuff like that, she's quick to suggest a new idea, and I think she wants to take the another stab at this shepherd's pie, but instead of putting pie crust around it or something like that, make the potatoes be the actual shell that contains the whatever you have in there, peas, carrots, meat, chicken, whatever. So we will try that eventually, and I definitely the last one before that we made those apple pies. Those came out really good, nice and firm. It just came out just like a apple turnover, literally, just a king size apple turnover. Because this pie iron is a pretty decent size. So I have not convinced her to make a cameo on there yet. Matter of fact, you've seen her hands, but I don't think you've never seen her in person. And I am not objecting to letting her sit here for a piece of an evening, when we do these live time things. We all get them. Yeah, the apple pies were yummy. I may hang up my apron after 38 years. Well, you can't hang it up totally because guys, we believe in a lot. Throw heat at everything. It's got to be as hot as it can possibly be. There's no finesse to it at all. There's no what recipe. We'll just throw this in here and that in there and close it shut, and storms rolling in, dicking around. Yeah, they say we might have some here in a day or two, but right now it's just as I'm fond of saying, it's not fit for anybody or anything outside. It's horrible. You wake up at 2:00 in the morning to go to work, and it's still hovering around 80 degrees, and the humidity, and you might get a whiff of air, but I work about 5 or 6 miles to the east of here, right up against where the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean meet. And it's usually windier there than it is here in the more inland areas. So, well, grandma's asked and dicking around with your, you know, hence the channel name. Oh, okay, all right. And I know I've mentioned this before. I have a Dave Collier Camping Facebook page that everybody's welcome to use. Put your camping, hunting, fishing, prepping, stuff. Grandma, I don't know whether you can look behind me. This is some of my prepping stuff, and I tell you what, I have watched that video where you have gone through the garage and other places, and it's a task to find out exactly what you have and to get it organized, and then to put it to paper, then to put it to a computer program. Jesse Lopez Outdoors, how you doing, man? Good. So how's everything out your way? We were just talking about how hot it is and all these places and whatnot. Like I said, y'all introduce yourselves to each other and make a note of who's here. And yeah, Jesse, it's horrible here too. It's we got to about 95 again today, and the humidity about the same. The heat index about 108. It's just, like I said, it's not fit for nobody or nothing. After a little while, you feel like you're dragging a boat anchor behind. Dave, just scan the barcodes. It'll be so much easier. Yes, ma'am. I will do that. Yeah, because every cabinet you open and you realize, wow, I didn't realize I had that. And then you go out into the sheds and stuff like that and look what you have out there, and it's unbelievable. And then you go through closets and cabinets and stuff, and it's definitely interesting. My wife could definitely tell you that there is stuff everywhere. It's this room I'm in here, there's stuff everywhere, but yeah, is what it is, and we'll eventually get everything organized and whatnot. And we go through this every year. When we get rid of those hurricanes and stuff, find out what we have. Jesse says, I lost 12 pounds since Saturday morning. It's so hot. Yeah, I can relate, man. I can relate. I spent a little bit of time today, doing traffic control work for the city of Hampton, Virginia. And we're out in the traffic on one of the big major roads for, a couple hours directing traffic. And yeah, and I was drinking, I probably drank a gallon of water and still lost weight. Just, you're out there a little bit and you're just like, man, Jesse, where are you at? What part of the country? Grandma said that's why I turned the room into a pantry. And that's about what this room here is too. It's got a little bit of everything in it. And this big closet, which you can't see but beside me in here over this way, is some more stuff, and paper towels, all sorts of stuff laying over the place. You see the box laying behind me in the door. It's just Jesse, Memphis. Yep. Okay. I have been to Memphis a time or two, and I could definitely agree with you there. It gets warm. Madeline, I see you're back. Okay. Wife says leaving Tuggers and heading to Scooby Doo's. Okay. She works as a pet sitter, so she goes to people's houses and takes care of their puppies and kitties and stuff while they go out of town and everything. So make for some long days, but I appreciate everything she does. Yeah, Jesse, we have the same problem here. It's usually when it's 95 degrees, it's 95% humidity along with it. your brain tells you that you want to go out and do this, and your body says, "Man, are you kidding me?" All you think about is getting something cold to drink and flopping around in the water and stuff like that. But like I said, the older I get, the more I want to go into an environment that's cool, cold. I'm dying laughing. My daughter's favorite is Scooby Doo. I believe Scooby Doo is a dog. Actually, is a dog too here. Jesse, you thinking about moving to the Northland or someplace a little bit cooler or cold? See, Heidi is asking Grandma whether she knows where something is. Solar storms. I saw a video on YouTube about those solar storms and how they could create havoc. I remember watching something not long back about the Carrington event. I think it was 1859, and it was just prior to the American Civil War. But it fried every bit of telegraph stuff that they had. Can you imagine if that happened here now? Yeah, Jesse, I totally agree. It is. And then if you have to go into your workshop shed or garage or whatever like that, and it's not air conditioned, and your tools and everything are all set up in there, you can't stay in there. It's just not safe. And then you want to get home and cut grass, whatnot. It's just unbelievable. So, Dick, what did you hear about the solar storms? Well, Jesse, we were just talking about that too. It's the same way here in Southeast Virginia. About maybe every third or fourth year, we might get a snow of mention. And when I say a snow of mention, I'm talking about 7, 8 inches. And I know there's people in here that are just laughing at us now that they're talking about feet of snow. That they open up the front door to back door, and it's just totally covered with snow. And but I don't know. I've always been kind of drawn more to the cooler environments, whatnot. But it's the heat is part of it here, and then, like I said, it's here in the Norfolk, Newport News, Hampton, Virginia area. We got almost 2 million people that live here now, and what little bit of every time you turn around, there's another little batch of trees that disappeared, and bang, a Chick-fil-A or whatnot pops up in there. So, or some other restaurant or store or stuff. So you kind of see the handwriting on the wall. Worst thing about driving snow is driving in it. Yeah, I have this kind of vision in my head, Lindsay, of we hear it's going to snow, and we're out here in the boonies, nice little house, whatever like that, and we know it's coming, so we're just going to stock up and just let it snow. And being that I'm sort of semi-retired now, and I've got another 14 months until we go full retire, I can see that kind of lifestyle, find a nice little rural spot and just let it snow. Heidi says, Jesse Lopez, where are you? I believe he is in Memphis, Tennessee. We just said we were talking about that a minute ago. And Grandma says every 5 to 7 years we get a foot of snow. Otherwise, maybe 5 to that's usually melts quickly. Yeah, it's usually with us maybe 2 to 3 days, but for a city metro area that suddenly gets snow and you're not used to it, and ice, like Lindsay just said, driving that's the issue. Okay, digging around. Okay, you take care, man. I will catch you on the next time. And if you have any live feeds coming up, I will try to pay attention to that, and videos and whatnot. And we're coming up on a hour and 4 minutes. And Heidi says, "Bye, Richard." Okay. Oh, digging around outdoors. I believe everybody loves your Richard name better, man, or Dick.
Yeah, I saw on TV not long ago. My wife says not to mention we have the rudest drivers in the area. I think somebody did a study and said that found out that Virginia drivers are the absolute worst of the worst of the worst rude people. You know, they just if you don't get out of the way, they'll literally run right into you. And Jesse says, "Well, just south of North Memphis, work in Memphis." My wife says, "Goodbye, Richard." Okay, Richard, you were hit, man. So we'll get everybody to come over to your channel and hit that subscribe button and spend a little bit of time watching some videos and stuff and whatnot. But I am very happy and pleased that we've got 7 people in the room at the present moment. And Grandma says she doesn't have the ability to blush. Now you definitely won't be able to see it here. You can do it in the emojis, but hey, Grandma, you keep cranking out those great videos. I try to watch every one of them. And you know, when you do those little videos when you're driving and heading out, that's sort of like, you know, almost a live feed, you know, because I usually get to see them, you know, a couple hours after you put them up. Once I get home from work and get a chance to go outside and do a thing or 2 or 3, and then come back and whatnot. Like I said, anybody else that has a live feed coming up, you know, shout out. If you got a big video that you're making that you want to give a shout out, whatever it is that your passion is, camping, cooking, prepping, shout it out here so everybody knows. Grandma says thank you. Heart. You're welcome. Yep. Yep. I definitely enjoy your videos. Most definitely. And Jesse and Lindsay, obviously, I watch yours. It's really, really great. Hopefully, y'all feel better real soon and that COVID is gone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to some cooler temperatures and whatnot. And I don't know why I just suddenly developed an aversion to hot weather, but it's been like that for a while. I'm working version of my old work schedule, more hours, and having a hard time figuring out vids right now. Yeah, I saw you on the video a little while ago. You were talking about that. Yeah, Heidi, check Richard's website out. You know, and, yes, Grandma Prepper does videos, and that is the actual name of her channel, Grandma Prepper. See, this is good. Making connections here, outstanding. Okay, so we can learn a lot from each other, just different things that we do and whatnot. But Heidi, Grandma does some really great videos. I think you'll definitely enjoy them. You know, I put YouTube up on the big screen TV, and I got it set where it's supposed to ping me when we get new videos up. Grandma says I have a Facebook page now too. Grandma, all right, I will have to check that out. And I have one, Dave Collier Camping, Grandma. So you are certainly welcome to put any of your videos up there. You know, just go to Facebook, Dave Collier Camping. Heidi, same thing. Anybody else? I know Lindsay's on there already. And anybody else? You're certainly welcome. The more content, the better. I'd much rather see the videos that we're putting out than some of this other stuff. And you have a Roku and watch videos on TV. Outstanding. Well, we have an Apple TV and the old hockey puck. So I like watching the videos on the big screen. And, you know, if the big screen had a setup like this where we could actually, you know, see it, that would be cool too. But we're doing okay. Okay. Grandma says, thank you, Dave. Absolutely, Grandma. But say, I will. What is the name of your Facebook page, Grandma? The Grandma Prepper? Or I agree, Heidi. We canned cable TV probably a decade ago. I had one of those things you see on TV. You plug it in and it scans for channels. And for the most part, it worked good for a while. But whenever you have a storm or it's windy or something, you can't get much in. And then I think it was my son or something that suggested, hey, Dad, Apple TV has this little hockey puck looking thing, and you can get a lot of content. I'd say you get more unusual content by way of Apple TV and these other streaming services than you do with cable TV. I mean, where else can you see some old guy using a pie iron, or grandma doing the prepping? I mean, it's YouTube, you know. My heart button didn't work for, thank you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Grandma. So, what is the name of the Facebook page, Grandma? And Heidi's here, there. Oh, thanks, yeah. Okay. Grandma Prepper on Facebook. Okay. You will definitely see me show up there as soon as I could possibly get up there. And it's Dave Collier Camping on Facebook. I try to keep the naming of things simple. Once you find one, you'll find them all. So, let's see here. I got my Facebook. I can make it for everyone. Upload and everything's too. I stole your idea, Dave. No, that's great, Grandma. Absolutely great. Because I think we all have a different style of doing things, and it's really, really wonderful. Your prepping is kind of spurred me to try to get organized and stuff like that, and of course my true calling is I love that cold weather camping. Hence, I guess that's why we're talking about not being here. Yep, same here. Easy to find. Yeah, if you keep everything the same name, your Grandma Prepper here and Grandma Prepper there, and I'm Dave Collier here and Grand Dave Collier there. Yeah. And for a while before I thought about really seriously doing this, I was kind of bouncing around names like, Lone Wolf or Wildcat or something like that. And I said, gosh, I sound like a professional wrestler or something like that. But and Heidi says mine is Heidi Tysinger on Facebook, but you might need to do the political stuff. But not really. I mean, Facebook's Facebook, but the camping channel, it's basically all it is camping, hiking, fishing, cooking, cast iron cooking, but I mean, I don't fault anybody for what they do or say on Facebook, but I see all these laughing faces here. I must have missed something, but yeah. The Grandma will visit your site. Heidi, I will take a look at yours. And y'all pop on over to mine. And except for those of you that have live talks coming up, let me know. Shout it out on the Facebook pages or even here. And we'll get to mention. And Grandma, I will find that link to this pie iron for you. I'll probably put it up on the Facebook page. It might be just as easy. But it's Coughlins.com, and it was sold by Walmart. And I would imagine there's a Walmart near everybody. I think Walmart has literally swallowed everybody. Speaking of cast iron, I've had my cast iron skillet for almost a week. Tonight was the first time with no sticking of it. I love cast iron. Cast iron, anything. You can ask my wife. She looks at me like, cast iron, Grandma drives me crazy. I've known to deal with politicians, all of them. I don't really pay much attention to it. I mean, I just, when we get up on stuff like this, I guess our real thing that I like to do is just, talk about our camping and stuff and whatnot. But I certainly don't fault anybody. Yeah, they're some people call them pie irons, some people call them pudgy pie makers, and PUDGY makers, and but this particular one is got it's called the Camp Cooker by Coughlin's, and this one is square and deep. You see how deep it is. They have round ones. They even have ones that you can make 2 pies at a time. There's different styles out there, but if you don't find them at Walmart, try Amazon. Amazon's got a large selection of these, and they can range anywhere from like $10 to $30. So, Pilgrim Radio, you come in and out as often as you want, man. I mean, we're all kind of doing our busy thing, and for those of you that have not checked out Pilgrim Radio's live feeds, their song, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I was watching them last night, and so Pilgrim saying, "How you doing, Grandma?" Yeah. We were just talking about Facebook pages there, Pilgrim. I've got one. Dave Collier Camping. Grandma has one. Grandma Prepper. I believe Heidi has one. And I don't know who else has Facebook pages that correspond with their YouTube channels. Yeah, Grandma, I saw you in Pilgrim's live feed last. I didn't say hello or anything, but I figured you probably saw me and I saw you. So, Pilgrim, what's your next radio live feed? Yeah, the song you were playing last night, I'm sitting there trying so hard to place it, and I kept wanting to hum in my head, knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Grandma's goodness, I never talk this much in chats. Well, that's because you're having fun with us good old folks. And when I watch your videos, I feel the same way, Grandma. Just you have a very soft speaking manner to you, and you're just easygoing, and your chats, you're down to earth, you're real life. And I try to be the same way. I try not to be something that I'm not. Just an old dude that likes camping and going outside and goofing off and cooking on cast iron and wearing my old shirts and stuff like that. Just we are what we are, and gotta be Lindsay, you take care. Yeah, you take that Dayquil and you take however much time it takes to get you and your family better. Tell all of them the prayers. Wish you all well. Get yourself a good night's sleep. It's about 4:18. Crash out right now and you can sleep till 4:18 a.m. if not later. Yeah. So take care of yourself. Tell your family best wishes. Grandma says, I saw you, Dave. I really wanted to say hi, but get back to work. I heard that. Yeah. Absolutely, Lindsay. Be safe. Take care. Tell everybody to get well soon. Yeah, throw some more hatchets and stuff and explore some more of that territory of yours. So, well, we are coming up on 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I guess eventually I'll probably have to, say goodnight to everybody. I want to keep everybody awake too long, and I guess eventually I need to go to sleep myself. We get up at 2:45 every morning, and out the door not long after that, and then get off at 11 a.m. I'm the early bird shift for the city. Heidi says prayers. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I will give this just a couple more minutes. Is there anything else that anybody would like to say or talk about real quick and recommend and give a shout out to their particular pages, YouTube channels, Facebook, live feeds, upcoming videos that you want to tell anybody about? Heidi, you take care. We'll be checking out the next time, and I'll be checking out Grandma. You too. I will see you on the next video and whatnot, and all of you. Like I said, Grandma's Facebook page, mine, Heidi's. So I will shut this down in 1 minute, and I will be looking forward to seeing all the rest of it. And like I said, remember Lindsay and her family in prayers. Hey, the Virginia fruit grower, you come here at the last minute, but I'm glad to see you. We're getting ready to head on out. For those of you that are still here, check out Virginia Fruit Growers YouTube channel. And Virginia Fruit Grower, we were talking about Facebook pages. Dave Collier Camping, Grandma Prepper has one. You'll see that Heidi has one. Anybody who's got live feeds or any want to shout outs and stuff. Yes, everybody, this will go up on the channel here as soon as I finish and shut it down. And feel free to subscribe and contact each other, help each other out, and get support for each other. What does he want to know how to share, Heidi? Well, the video, this video, it'll be up on my YouTube channel, and you can share it from there. Otherwise, when you see somebody's name, like say Grandma Prepper or something like that, you just write it down or something like that, and then we get back on YouTube proper. Oh, the YouTube link. I'm not exactly sure how you would share it. Oh, Grandma, I appreciate that so much. And the same way with all of y'all. I mean, I know, Grandma, you were doing like shout outs and stuff, and I was trying to do some of that too. And because YouTube has really made it difficult where you've got to have like 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of, public watched stuff. And the easier way to reach that mark is by these live feeds. The videos are okay, but, if you could get 10, 15, 20 people in here and you talk for an hour and a half, Okay, Grandma says she knows how to share the links. Okay. And like I say, y'all get to know each other. Everybody. That's the Virginia Fruit Grower still here. Heidi's here. Grandma's here. I know Lindsay's already gone. But everybody that you see here, make a note of it. And another thing that I can try to do, like I said, this video will go up on the my channel here very shortly, and you'll be able to see it there. And another thing that I can do is I took a picture and I will put it up. That way you can see the names of everybody, save you from having to write it down or anything like that. All right, Grandma, I will hang out another minute or so. That way you can show these links. It's just been here in the last day or two that I actually were able to figure getting this screen to work. Those of you that watched the first live feeds, man, I couldn't get this to work at all. Heidi says, "Are any of you into Bigfoot?" Are any of these? Heidi, you know what? I don't know whether you ever watch Outdoor Gear Review. Me and him were talking about that not long back, and he had an encounter. Um, me personally, no, I've not. I've heard sounds and stuff like out and about, but nothing that I would be so ready to declare that I've seen Bigfoot or anything like that. But um, have you? Yeah, you saw that same video? Yeah, yep. That was what made us start talking about those perimeter alarms. I don't know whether you saw that video where I actually showed that little perimeter alarm. The problem is I just can't find the ammunition for it. 209 shot shells. But I've heard at Castle Rock, Washington. Okay. Well, the Outdoor Gear Review, he is North Carolina, Virginia border area, and he does do a lot of camping in Tennessee and stuff. So he's not too far from me, probably, 250, 300 miles. And Grandma says, go to one of your videos on your channel so you can play the video. Under the video is the share button. And click that arrow, share button, top left of the box, and that will show copy link. And then go to it. Okay. Heidi, there you go. All right. Thanks, Grandma. We'll definitely give that a try here in just a bit. And all right, everybody. In 2 minutes, we will say goodbye. So, is there any last little bit of something anybody wants to know about or wants to tell everybody about? And again, I'll say thank you for everybody hanging around. It's fun talking to you. You can always count on certain people showing up, and I try to make sure that I get the opportunity to watch your videos. And I hope everybody's the remainder of everybody's week is a safe one. You can open up a new window on your screen. Okay, Grandma. All right. I will definitely give all this a try here in the next little bit and whatnot. And like I said, go to my YouTube channel, Facebook page. You see something you like, you want, like, comment, share, subscribe, recommend to whoever. So I would imagine my skills in this live feeds will get better, and so we finally figured out this sidebar here where I don't have to hold onto a phone. And Heidi says my twin sister is in Leavenworth, Washington right now. It says there's a forest fire warning up that way. Wow. Okay. Well, prayers for her. Hopefully, nothing bad. Oh wow, they may have to evacuate. I saw that video of Oregon earlier today, and it literally looks like a war zone out there. I mean, it's been years now since they've had any appreciable rain. I hate to cut y'all off. I'm gonna let y'all keep on talking for a little bit here, and I'll shut it down in about 2 minutes or so. Well, it's good to see that 3 different people from Washington State, y'all have discovered each other now. Who would have thought communication from Southeast Virginia would have put 3 people from Washington State here? Wow. So is that close to y'all? Okay, everybody. Like I say, anything else? Yeah, I do need to get a moderator. But, absolutely, because it can get a little bit overwhelming. You know, about 3 hours north of us, and she said it's 45 minutes from Leavenworth. It's probably 3 to 4 hours away from us. One of those ladies or something to share links and look stuff up for you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The next time we do this, I will see if I can get one of those people to do that for me. And of course, it'll have to be somebody that that knows how we're doing it and stuff. But you're right; it can get a little overwhelming, Pilgrim. So, yep, definitely need a moderator, and I will see if I can't get my wife to actually sit here and do a video one day here instead of me, or with me. So, all right, everybody, I'm gonna say good night. And like I said, Grandma Prepper has a Facebook page. Dave Collier has a Facebook page. Heidi has a Facebook page. And I will see y'all on the next live feed. Okay. Bye bye, everybody. Be safe. Take care, man. We'll have to do a live one day. Absolutely, man. And I'll be checking in on you as often as I can, man. Absolutely, guys.